In this video, I'm going to show you how you can improve your results when using supports. Hi, and welcome to DH Squared. Thanks for watching. Today, I want to talk a little bit about supports. Supports can be a real pain if you're not careful. And also, I want to give you some pointers on how you can make removing your supports a lot easier. So let's get into it. So supports are one of those necessary evils. As much as we don't want to use them, there are going to be times that we need to. For example, if we had a part like this that had a post on both sides with a bridge, there are times that you're going to need to support that. Now, some of these printers will do pretty good on bridging a gap, but you'll also have that potential of getting some sag there, so you may want to use a support material. In this view here, you can see I use the support material, but when you just use the standard support options, what you're going to get is you're going to get a tiny little gap still here where it's really not touching, because you don't want the support to adhere to your part as well as the layers of the part adhere to itself. So you're still going to end up with a little bit of a gap, and you're going to have some imperfection on the underside of that surface. Now, this example, we did something different. We had our support right here, but then as you can see here, this black material is a different material, which will not adhere to the main material that I'm using. So this will allow you to not have a gap, and you'll get a much smoother surface on the underside of this bridge here. So why don't we go ahead and remove these support materials, and you can see the difference of how they look. Okay, so this is the one that did not use the different material for the interface. It's using the same material as the part. You can see the underside of that surface there is not very smooth. You can see the lines are very pronounced, and maybe in your design that's okay, but let's say that matters to you. That's pretty rough on the bottom side. Now, if we go ahead and look at the part that used a different material for the interface, you can see that's a much smoother material, or a much smoother surface on the underside there. So that's going to makes a major difference in that surface. Now, in this particular example, this part is a PLA, and the interface material was PETG. And PETG really doesn't stick very well to PLA and vice versa. So if you're printing out a PETG, you can use PLA as the interface material. Now, this does require that you have either a material changing system, or you have to manually stop your print, change materials, purge, print the interface layers, and then switch back. It takes a little more effort, but it can definitely be done. Now, one thing I want to point out is this works really well if it's a part like this that has a horizontal interface. If your support material is on an angle, it's going to be much more painful, because every layer that you need to switch between the interface material and your main material, you're going to have to purge in between there. It'll add a lot of extra time and a lot of extra waste. So that's just something to keep in mind. But for something like this, it's not a big deal at all. Now, one of the things is you can buy specific interface material or support material that is supposedly easy to remove. For PLA, it's like support material for PLA or something. But it really doesn't work any better than just using the PETG. As a matter of fact, it's almost kind of a waste, because I always have PETG and PLA on hand, So when I need an interface, I just switch to the other material for the interface. So, so it's really better to do it that way than to buy the specific support material. Okay, now let's go into the application on the computer, and I can show you where you can set this up. Okay, so here we are in Bamboo Studio. Here's the part that I showed earlier. And let's go over to the Support tab. And this is where we need to enable the support. And for the example that I did earlier, I used the normal support. You can also do this same method if you want to use a tree support. But let's just leave it at normal. Let's scroll down. And right here where you see filament for supports, this is where we're going to want to make some changes. So this setting right here, the support raft interface, that's what we're going to want to change, because it's just the interface layer. If we choose this one up here, it's going to create the entire support will be out of the other material, which is not necessary, and it'll cause a lot of material changes from layer to layer. So we do not need the entire support to be of the other material. We just want the interface. So click the down arrow. And right here, it's not giving us the option for another material. So what we're going to have to do is go back to our project filaments. And we're going to have to add a project filament. So let's click the plus here. And then we can now choose the PETG as a second material in this project. So now let's go back down to the filament for supports. And now we can choose between these two. The main material is going to be the PLA, and the support material will be the PET, or the support interface material will be PETG. Now it's going to ask for this, it asks this question, and what you want to do is say yes. Because what this is doing is it's changing the spacing at that interface. So it's a tighter, so there's no gap at the interface. Because now that we have a different material, it's not going to be a problem removing it, because the two materials are not compatible with each other. They don't stick to each other very well. So we can go ahead and say yes to this message. And it's telling you down here, warning, PLA and PET are in this, you know, it's not a compatible mixture of materials. That's great. That's exactly what we want, because that's what's going to help make removal of the support easier with a zero gap. So when we're done with that, you can click Slice Plate. And then if you come over here, you can see exactly what we have here. You can see the layer of black, which is the PETG, and the PLA, which is white. And from this point, you just go ahead and print it. Now again, if you don't have a material changer, you will have to change materials manually when it gets to this layer and then change it back. But you can still use this method even if you don't have a material changer. So I hope this helped you. I hope this is going to help you with your supports in the future, because working with supports can definitely be painful. So hopefully this will help make things a little bit easier for you. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. That helps me. It helps me understand that you want more content like this, and it helps with my search algorithm so that more people can find this material. I appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you next time.